Hey, what's good, YouTube? I'm back with the 100K challenge. This is day 5. Today, obviously, you can see I took an L up on this trade on ES. I actually traded the micros, but I marked it up on the mini chart. So I took about a $500 loss. Let me go back. Yeah, I took a $500 loss. We basically back at break even, to say the least. On the leader account, follower account, we what matter of fact, let me look at the follower account. I don't even know the balance on that. 49,000. So yeah, we basically back at break even on this lead account though. So I'm about tired of this challenge. So we took an L on a B plus setup today. So I didn't take an A plus setup today because um they didn't present themselves to me today. So I took this B plus setup in hopes that I could just catch a quick 1 to 2 and then go on about my day. But we got close to TP, but we end up reversing. So I did go over ways. I kind of reviewed the trade slightly to see how I could have prevented taking such a big L, but I didn't go over the trade to see if I could have found an A plus setup or not. So I'm gonna do that after I record this video. But real quick, I'm gonna just go over my trade. Um, so this white line up here, it was a 1 hour high that I was looking to maybe get swept and then shoot back down when it was right around this zone. Um, from about 3:40 to 6 o'clock, it was consolidating for that whole time, almost about 2 hours or some change. And so I was looking for price like it did here to break below and retest this supply zone, or I was looking for it to break above, test this 15 minute. Well, yeah, supply zone, and then test this 15-minute demand zone if it didn't break below. It didn't give me that. It ended up breaking below first, which I didn't necessarily want that to happen first because, like I said, this was a B plus setup for me according to my trading plan. And a more A plus setup would have retested this 15-minute zone because it has more confluence, and then come sell down. So I also had a 15-minute demand zone down here. That's the whole reason that took a sell here. I only take a sell off of 5 minute or a buy off of 5 minute if it's leading towards a higher time frame zone. So in this case, the zone was here. It didn't quite reach it, um, but it did push down. So my bias was slightly correct, but it didn't push all the way down into my desired TP. So it only went for a 1.5 R to R. I did have my stop loss slightly above this supply and demand zone. So if I would have brought it down after the break of the candle, it would have been about a 1.9. So very close to a 1 to 2, but we still didn't get it. So yeah, the trade was real simple. Consolidate, broke below all this consolidation, retested this supply zone. It was just a doji, the last buy to sell candle. Got a break of the candle. Let me zoom in a few. It's too much. So we got a break of this little doji right here on the 5 minute time frame. I have my stop loss above this this bullish candle right here, this bullish doji, and then took the sell. So how I could have prevented this loss, I actually talked about it in a previous video. Something that I was testing out, but I didn't actually implement it. I just wanted to like gather more data on this strategy, I guess you can say. So I've been skeptical about like moving my stop loss to break even or taking partial profit, especially with partial profit because I only go for a 1 to 2. And so I don't know. I just don't think taking partial profit is a good idea for me as a scalper or a day trader, whatever. But going break even, I see as more a better like strategy for me at least. So what I did in the past was I would just not go completely break even, but I would like either go based off of structure or I would just reduce my stop loss in half. So in this case, once price hit a 1-to-1, which would have been right here. So this huge Maribozu like candle broke through, would have gave me a 1-to-1, and because I got this push down, lower high, lower low, this the counter that hit 1-to-1 created that lower low. I would have just put my stop loss right above that candle, and I would have got stopped out with less than a point. So I wouldn't have lost nowhere as near as much as I lost just by doing that one thing. In the past, what I was scared of was a lot of times my trade will push down in profit and then it would push back up to like my break even, sometimes a little bit in the negative, and then go to my overall TP. So that's the big reason I didn't want to move my stops to break even because of that. But I think in this case, after seeing all the data that I got from all of my trading journals that I have for the funded accounts, the combines, and all that stuff, I think it's a good idea to go ahead and start implementing going break even on my trades. So when I don't get price action like this, that it actually creates structure before hitting my 1-to-1. If it's just like my trade from yesterday, I think I still got it up. Let me see. Um, okay, like this trade right here. So this trade, it didn't give me any type of structure. It's just after my entry, it just flew to TP. So either I could have just looked at it as I could have reduced my stop loss in half because it didn't give me any type of structure. It still had room to come up, make a lower high, and push back down. Let me see where 1-to-1 was. So yeah, a 1-to-1 was right here. So I don't know. I could have put my stop loss in half. Would have been about 3.5. Would have been right here. So I think that's cool because it's right above this entry candle that I had that broke. Well, they gave me the entry. So I think that would have been a decent stop loss. But if I would have just brung it all the way to break even, like in the middle of this candle, after this broke, it still could have come up and retested somewhere up in here and then drop. So I think that's a little too risky for me personally. So moving a stop loss in half when I got a structure like this versus my entry today when I got actually some structure that I can go off of for my stops above a high or a low, depending on what direction I'm trading. I feel like that's a better approach. So after today, I'm gonna be implementing break even. Sometimes I don't even watch my trade. I just place the trade and I go on about my business because I don't like seeing the markets move up and down, up and down. And also, I'm trading with Topstep X platform, and you can't set alerts. I should have probably traded off one of their other platforms that they allow, and then I could have used TradingView. I think you can link the TradingView with the Topstep account. But I'm already trading with Topstep X, which is basically is TradingView without a couple of the features that TradingView has though. So in this case, I'm gonna just have to watch it by eye. I can't set no alerts, so I'm gonna just have to sit up and watch my trade at least till it hit a 1-to-1. Then move my stop loss and profit, or reduce my profit. Reduce my stops in half. Wait, what did I say? Move my stop loss to break even, or reduce my stop loss just in half, depending on what type of structure I get. So yeah, that's all I got today. I'm gonna just go over my performance stats real quick. So this week for the leader account, I'm only up 221 for the day. For the week. Took a $500 L today. Last week I was down 50 total, so we just up about, I think you said it up here at the top, for the whole account, or at least for the month or whatever, 171 within these 2 weeks. And then the follower account, a little less since I started it later. We are down 800 on this combine account. So same thing, we up 220. But then last week, because I didn't get that $1,000 win on Monday like I did on the leader account, we're actually down 1,000. So if we were to pass the leader account, I would still be trading this follow account since it's basically how much behind? $873 behind. So it's gonna be a little more work for this account, but we're gonna get it passed. Hopefully, this week or next week or whatever. So I'm gonna go and review my trade, see if I could have found an A plus setup that I just couldn't spot at the time. But other than that, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and I'll see y'all in the next one.